discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing great and wishing you a beautiful rest part of your day. We're hoping your week has been fantastic and, of course, have a beautiful weekend as you literally approach it. Or literally, we are on the weekend, but karibuni sana. It's exactly a minute past 8 p.m. It's been a beautiful day. It's been super sunny. But yes, right now it's super cold. Looks like it might rain. Yesterday it rained, so it looks like it might rain tonight. But I hope you are having a beautiful day and the weather is nice and fair on you guys. And remember, you can get those supplements on the app. In case you're new here, kindly subscribe as well. And remember, you can also support us in one way or another. That is, of course, for those who want to keep supporting us. Literally, would appreciate you. I don't know who's talking about me, but would appreciate you and your support. Literally, that is on our donation page, which is on the app itself. That's the last page. And we have an active cash app streaming down below, the $ Mr. Blackout Fire Network. Karibuni. Today we're going to be talking about Young Miami, literally, and the rap music. And I'd love to start, of course, with some interesting videos regarding about that. Of course, we have to go back and before we get to what is happening today, again, I say history is very important. Looking at how hip-hop was killed, literally what hip-hop was all about. I was listening to a video which was actually a guy, I'm going to share it, actually it's cute, who was talking about how back then people could make music that could match the music video. You're not just making a music, but when you're doing also the video, you ensure that this matches. But today things are completely different. So karibuni sana, and hope you guys literally get on these conversations with us.
Today in rap, you gotta do the and pretty much tell yourself in the music while it sounds good.
We traded being nice for being real.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be you just wanted to be nice. Now you have to be real.
They don't want to hear no more about a who copped the V-Load Sherbo with spray up a block.
Where it's like, damn, you hearing this, like, damn, he hard. You like, man, I hope this ain't really doing this.
Everybody with this.
Is it really this one? Is it? No, it's not. I don't think it's that one that I wanted to share. Hold on. Is it really this one? Why did we start that way? No, it's not this one. Okay. I don't think it's really this one. Okay.
Today in rap, you gotta do the and pretty much tell yourself in the music while it sounds good.
We traded being nice for being real.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be you just wanted to be nice. Now you have to be real.
They don't want to hear no more about a who copped the V-Load Sherbo with spray up a block.
Where it's like, damn, you hearing this, like, damn, he hard. You like, man, I hope this ain't really doing this.
Everybody with this. It's like putting it going extinct.
Okay, this is it. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, this is it. Sorry.
In 2023, famous rapper Ice Cube went on a podcast and dropped a bombshell that no one was expecting.
Okay, let's take rap music.
Let's take it.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So
Literally the same people?
Literally the same people.
When a hip-hop legend who's been in the game for over 3 decades, when someone who helped create the very culture we're talking about, when Ice Cube himself drops knowledge like that, you better stop what you're doing and listen.
Well, it's not like he's also perfect himself. I'll just leave it that way.
Because what he revealed wasn't some wild conspiracy theory cooked up by internet trolls. This was coming from a man who'd been behind the scenes, who'd seen the machine work, who'd lived this industry from the inside out.
Literally the same people who own the labels, own private prisons. So, it seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word, that, the records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry. This to me is in somewhat, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full. Now,
those words should have terrified every black person in America. They didn't force you to rap about murder and drugs. They just made sure those were the only songs that saw the light of day. And Ice Cube wasn't alone. Dame Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller Records, the man who helped build Jay-Z's empire, he heard Cube's words and said,
It's true. It's obvious.
"These are the architects of hip-hop culture telling us we'd been played." Ice Cube calls it social engineering, a deliberate plan to make sure the prison stayed full, to make sure young black men kept walking into those cells like lambs to the slaughter. And the weapon they used against us? Our own music and culture. Today, we're going to expose exactly how America took the most powerful black art form of the last 50 years and turned it into a recruitment tool for the prison system. How they stole our respectability, our dignity, and our future. Because if Ice Cube was right, and all the evidence suggests he was, then every violent rap song, every video glorifying prison culture, every lyric about selling drugs and rivals, it had all been part of a master plan to destroy black lives in America. But Ice Cube's revelation in 2023 wasn't the first time someone tried to blow the whistle on this conspiracy. 11 years earlier, something happened that sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. On April 24th, 2012, at exactly 1:30 p.m., someone using an anonymous Gmail account under the fake alias John Smith would send an email that would change everything. According to this letter, sometime in the early 1990s, this person had been invited to a closed-door meeting at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. He described himself as a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. The meeting had about 25 to 30 people, mostly familiar faces from the music business, but there was also a small group of unfamiliar faces, men in suits who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize with anyone else. One of these suited men stood up and made an announcement that left the room stunned. He told them that the companies they worked for in the music industry had been building privately owned prisons. Since these prisons were government funded, the more prisoners they housed, the more money they made. And here's where it gets truly sinister. Their job, as music industry executives, was to market music that promoted criminal behavior. Rap music was specifically chosen as the weapon of choice. The letter soon spread across the internet like wildfire. Hip-hop blogs picked it up. Social media exploded with theories. But here's the thing, whether this specific meeting happened exactly as described or not, the pattern it revealed was undeniable. And most importantly, other industry insiders started coming forward with their own stories that backed up the letter's claims. Now, before you dismiss this as some far-fetched conspiracy theory, let me tell you something that might change your mind. The United States government has actually used music to manipulate and control people before, multiple times, and we have the receipts. Between 2009 and 2012, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, launched a secret operation to use Cuban hip-hop artists to undermine President Raul Castro's government. USAID started recruiting Cuban musicians for what they disguised as cultural initiatives, but their real goal was to boost these rappers' visibility and create a fan movement that would challenge the Cuban government. They even paid $155,000 to underwrite an arts and music festival. But the festival wasn't about celebrating culture, it was about psychological warfare. Their secret mission was to seed the minds of festival organizers with new ideas and get them to send high-impact messages to audiences that would turn them against their own government. Of course, USAID wasn't dumb enough to do this directly. They used contractors and shell companies to hide their involvement. But when the Cuban government figured out what was happening, the whole operation fell apart. And let me remind you guys, this was official US government policy, using hip-hop as a tool of war. But Cuba was just the beginning. As it turns out, the CIA has been using music for decades to achieve their political goals. They funded a Russian composer named Nicholas Nabokov to mount exhibitions and stage concerts across Europe, all designed to combat the appeal of communism. They hired multiple artists to fight communism through their songs. The CIA also got their hands deep into jazz music. They sponsored Louis Armstrong's tours in Europe and Africa, turning America's greatest black musicians into unwitting ambassadors for American foreign policy. Dizzy Gillespie joined the first State Department organized tour in 1956. Dave Brubeck went on a 12-concert tour of the USSR in 1985. So if they were willing to use Cuban hip-hop to try to topple Castro's government, and if they used jazz legends like Louis Armstrong as tools of foreign policy, if they spent decades and millions of dollars manipulating music to achieve political goals, then tell me, what makes you think they wouldn't use hip-hop to achieve their domestic goals? What makes you think they draw the line at using our own culture against us? The precedent was already set. The playbook was already written. All they had to do was turn it inward. But the government's manipulation of music wasn't just about foreign policy. They had been targeting black artists specifically for decades, long before hip-hop was even born. And once you understand this history, Ice Cube's claims start to make a lot more sense. The FBI's COINTELPRO program, which we've covered extensively in our videos on the Black Panther Party, didn't just target political activists. They also systematically surveilled black musicians who they saw as threats to the status quo. They investigated jazz pianist Nat King Cole, monitoring his performances and personal associations. Hell, they followed Jimi Hendrix so closely that the FBI compiled detailed reports on his drug use, his relationships, and his political statements. You see, the government understood something that many people still don't. Black musicians had always been more than entertainers. They were cultural leaders who could shape public opinion and inspire social movements. And according to white America, that made them dangerous. So when hip-hop emerged in the late 1970s and 1980s, this surveillance intensified dramatically. In 1989, after NWA released The Police, the FBI did something unprecedented. They sent an official letter to NWA's record label, Priority Records, expressing their
Hello, Juba Jaba. Karibu. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And welcome. We're talking about the how hip-hop literally generally was destroyed. And of course, looking at the conversation or the topic, we're going to be discussing generally about also today's hip-hop. So, of course, reflecting on a little bit of history as well.
Pleasure with the song. Think about that. The federal government was so threatened by a rap song that they felt the need to officially respond. Of course, they didn't stop with NWA. The FBI launched thorough investigations into Tupac Shakur, tracking his movements, monitoring his associates, building cases against him. They did the same thing to Biggie, Wu-Tang, and countless of other artists. By the early 2000s, this surveillance had become so systematic that it earned a name, the Hip-Hop Police. The NYPD created secret dossiers on rappers, tracking who they associated with, what cars they drove, what clubs they went to. Detective Derek Parker, who helped create these files, later admitted they would pressure venues to cancel rap concerts and shows. Think about what that means. The police were violating rappers' First Amendment rights, shutting down their ability to perform and make money, all because they didn't like the content of their music. And this targeting continues today. In 2019, the NYPD sent a letter to Rolling Loud Festival organizers listing 5 rappers, including Casanova, and warning that if these artists performed, there would be a higher risk of violence. Today, instead of targeting political activists, they use more subtle methods to control the black public image. Now let's follow the money, because that's where this conspiracy gets really interesting. If Ice Cube was right about the same people owning record labels and prisons, then we should be able to trace those connections. And guess what? We can. The 3 major record labels that dominated hip-hop for decades were Warner Records, Sony Music Group, and Universal Music Group. These companies controlled what music got promoted, what artists got signed, and what messages reached the masses. On the other side, you have the 2 largest private prison companies in America, CoreCivic and GEO Group. These corporations own more private prisons than anyone else in the country, and they've built their entire business model around keeping those facilities packed with inmates. BlackRock and Vanguard, two of the world's largest investment management firms, were among the biggest shareholders. At the same time, these exact same companies held major positions in the record labels. Now here's what made this especially suspicious. Private prisons operate on a simple business model. The more prisoners they house, the more money they make from government contracts. In fact, many of these private prison contracts included something called occupancy guarantees, requirements that the prisons maintain at least 90% full at all times. Think about what that means. If the prison population dropped too low, they'd lose money. They had a financial incentive to make sure people kept getting arrested and sentenced to long prison terms. Now, some people tried to debunk this by saying that BlackRock and Vanguard were just investment management companies. They didn't actually own these businesses. They just managed other people's money invested in them. But here's the thing. When you manage trillions of dollars in investments, when you're one of the largest shareholders in dozens of major corporations, you have influence. You have a voice in boardroom decisions. You have the power to shape corporate strategy. And if you're making money from both sides of the equation, from the music that creates criminals and from the prisons that house those criminals, then you have every incentive to make sure that cycle continues. In the 1960s, when Black America was fighting for civil rights, our leaders looked like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. These were Black men in suits, fighting for freedom with dignity and intelligence. They commanded respect through excellence. They spoke with purpose and power. When white America looked at them, they had to acknowledge our humanity, our intelligence, our right to equality. Fast forward to the 1990s and 2000s, and something had fundamentally changed. Hip-hop had flipped the script entirely. Instead of promoting dignity, it started glorifying criminality. Instead of, I have a dream, I got 99 problems. Instead of fighting the system, we started celebrating being trapped in it. Black men went from wearing suits and demanding respect to wearing chains and glorifying prison culture. And somehow,
Well, we saw the bling blings now, that's where the bling blings come in for real, and now people in Africa grew up with that mentality of assuming that Black Americans are, they are criminals, because that is what was displayed. So long as you have the bling bling, the message doesn't matter. That's it's crazy. Karibu sana Keith, hope you're doing amazing.
Wait,
Karibu sana Keith,
asante sana.
hope you're doing amazing. Karibu, we're looking at our reflection on how, of course, the Black hip hop was where they started, how it was destroyed, looking at how Vanguard and BlackRock, how they literally completely funded and destroyed the Black hip hop. And now today, which we're going to be looking at today.
All right, Joey, give me time. Give me a second. Go ahead, Todd. Give me a second.
Okay.
we were convinced this was keeping it real. But here's what keeping it real actually meant. It meant accepting the worst stereotypes about ourselves and making them our identity. It meant choosing trap houses over college classrooms. It meant glorifying baby mama drama over building stable families. It meant making violence and criminality seem cool to our children. Now, let's be clear about something important. We have plenty of stable, thriving Black families in America. For every broken home, there are countless Black families that are doing well. Fathers present, mothers strong, children excelling in school and life. Black excellence exists in every community across this country. But here's the problem. Those families don't get the spotlight. The media machine, the same machine that profits from our dysfunction, doesn't want to show you the Black family that stays together, builds wealth, and raises successful children. They don't want to show you the Black father who coaches Little League and helps with homework every night. They don't want to show you the Black mother who's running her own business while raising honor roll students. Why? Because positive images don't sell the narrative they need. They can't justify mass incarceration if they show you Black families that are thriving. They can't maintain the stereotype of Black pathology if they highlight Black success stories. We've got more videos coming that dive deep into the systematic destruction of Black communities, from COINTELPRO's war on the Black Panthers, to the Tuskegee experiments, to the crack epidemic that destroyed a generation. You should check out our video on
Yeah, so that is the first one, literally explaining all where it all started and literally where we are today. But still reflecting on that, let me move to TikTok a little
storyline.
bit and share these ones as we continue.
The South did, in fact, kill hip hop. And a lot of people get mad when I say this, but you guys got to think about this. There used to be a point in time where a rapper would have a song and they would make a really good music video to go with that song. And I'm not saying that this would be like a Scorsese flick or something like that, but people used to be very intentional about how they made their music videos to go with their song. They would make something with good visuals, kind of a beginning, middle, and end, like a pseudo storyline. There was intention and there was some sort of creativity put into it. Well, once the South really started taking over around 2001 with the crunk music, and then later on, like 2004, 2005 with dance music, all of that went out the window. Like when crunk music got on, there was no real artistic expression in the song itself. Therefore, when the video came, the video was just people jumping around in a nightclub acting stupid. Okay, that's not the only people who were doing that, but they did it incessantly. All the crunk music was the exact same, just people dancing and acting a fool in the video. So what happens is somebody comes up with a song, they come up with a dance, they put that out there on the video. There's no real artistic expression in the video. It's just people dancing. And then somebody sees that and say, oh, I could do that. And then they go make a song, and they go make a dance, and it just starts a negative feedback loop. Now, if you guys remember, I talked about how Hollywood used to reach out to hip hop to pair their movie with a hip hop song. Nelly, Diddy, Murphy Lee, the soundtrack to Bad Boys 2, Shake Your Tail Feather. That was a mega smash success of a song. Ever since 2001, I do believe that song came out in 2001. Ever since then, when was the last time you heard a song paired with a major motion picture? It's been forever, mostly because the South got on and they were doing crunk music and dance music. And there's no need for a Hype Williams production that's going to cost you $1, $2, $3 million when all you're doing is talking about shaking butt in a nightclub. I'm not hating on the South for getting on the way they got on. I'm just saying when the music video died, hip hop kind of died with it. That's just facts. I think it's time for everybody to get comfortable with the fact that hip hop is dead. Drake just dropped his album. I think it's a solid album, but it kind of came and went, as crazy as that might sound, because he just dropped it like a week ago. There's no real authentic enthusiasm for it, except from people like, DJ Academics or whoever else is going to go out there and review hip hop albums. There's no singles on the album. There's nothing to be excited about. Now, Kanye, he dropped an album earlier this year. It came and it went. It pretty much was a flop. Nobody was really feeling it like that. Chris Brown dropped an album. He had like 30 tracks on it. Nobody's excited about it. As a matter of fact, his album flopped. People are considering it a flop. Him and Usher are going on tour later this year. Nobody's really excited for it. Like there's a little bit of buzz, but not like there would be 10 years ago. The problem right now in hip hop is that there is no new blood. And where you don't have new blood, you don't have life. Everybody in hip hop that matters is either 40 or pushing 40. Drake came into the game in 07, 08. He's 41. Kendrick is 38. Kanye is over 40. Chris Brown is 36, 37. Like these guys are old. The youth do not want old people music, even if it's so. I really don't see anybody that's and change up the game. I don't see.
And remember, and this guy is a coon. That's a non-black American talking about black people music. It's always some coon ass nigga. Shut up, coon. Or some coon when I give our history. Shut up. Anyway, but I will give credit due credit. See, I think he's a stupid Jamaican nigga or something. But don't speak on us, sir. We don't talk about reggae because it ain't our genre. This ain't you. So keep your mouth shut. But concerning the music, yeah. Because we don't control the genre, and they've destroyed it by destroying us as a people, family. Also, that made us this music that they put out on the last 25, 26, 30. I think hate to say it, I don't even want to agree with him. It's the South, but yeah, Because people say, "Oh, you're gonna try to go against the South? Don't you live in the South?" Yes, I live in the South now, but people get upset when you say because they take it as a form of tribalism or some nonsense. The South did destroy hip hop. Most of them mumble rap, can't talk, stupid. South is considered the dumb part of the United States, for black people. But they didn't have any power to push it. It was the cats with the hats that wanted to push the same ignorant nonsense and knew that this would be beneficial and destroying. Because now we're not respected anymore. Not because of this image that they've done. So now the image that we put out there makes us easier now to be harmed. So when Joby was finally understand how television works, how programming works, now everything they see us as is negative. So you go back and look at this horrible music. Remember, you don't got any real R&B anymore. Ours is about love, and the music we have control of it. Our image was protected. We were suit and ties and knew how to speak. Now everybody in the ghetto and scamming nigga, this, that, and all this other whole stuff, right? It's really despicable. It's really despicable. The music is despicable. The music is despicable. It's no endearing character to it. It's made now by morons. The music is now it's moronic. There's no there's no inflection in it anymore. There's no direction. What's been said? It doesn't match. That's why it doesn't match the times no more. Like I told you, art matched the times. We've been murdered in the street now. Now you got division amongst black people in America, and what's going on there? All you can hear is "Where am I scamming?" Blah blah. What? Or you got the other moron with the shit all in his fucking face about lollipop. They talking about these are the greatest rap. That's how I knew. And I mentioned that when that Lil Wayne guy came, I said, either I'm crazy, either I'm sick in the head, or this is a psyop. I said, then my kids were young, right? So either I'm sick in the head, all this Southern rap is a psyop because it's not understandable. It's crazy. It's all retarded. And of course, I was getting older. I'm in my late 20s, early 30s, having kids. But still, I wasn't so detached from maybe like I am today from called hip culture. Because hip hop, you got to be hip, got to be cool. I wasn't so far removed then as I am now. But Joey asked about this song. Well, no, how can you not? You live here in America. I don't travel in them circles, Joby. I don't listen to the radio stations. I don't listen to them on that. Remember, you can't listen to radio. I ain't listened to the radio station in a year. How you guys don't know these people? They destroyed the culture and our music. But see, this man is damn. Remember, all these police are young, 20, 25, 30. They looking at all this filthy shit. And they're too stupid to know that's programming. So he says there's all these gangsters, all this debaucherous behavior. Then it goes overseas. And so that's the image that's put out there when you're talking, oh, remember y'all with the bling blings. Everybody's not smart like Joby now. Know that's a disturbing image. The image is made to destroy us as a people. It's filth. It's garbage. That's what you see. Like Joby's surprised that we on BT Awards. Everybody said, even the young know that. I was listening to the youth, the Joby's age. Well, we even got the BT. They had the BT Awards with T.I. Exactly. T.I. is 20 years ago. Why you guys don't? Because the music is so garbage. And T.I. is garbage. These are garbage, the filth. Yes, am I one of the greatest? No, you garbage, moron. Because I don't want to blame the whole area, but because now it's all over the United States now. But I will say the dysfunction of this community and the dysfunction of hip hop started in the South, started down here with the UGK. You got to remember the UGKs and all these Southern can't talk, say anything. It's all about booty popping. And everybody's a hoe. Everybody's a bitch. Everybody's disrespecting the women. I'm not saying it didn't happen prior because my community, where I'm from, I'm just keeping it a buck. LA, it might even be LA. My fault. It might actually be one from the West. Before I blame the South, you know what? I think it might have been the West Coast that destroyed it first. When you look back at it, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, before we all know the history of rap in America. East goes to the Northeast, New York, Philadelphia area, goes all the way out west to California, where I'm from, LA. Then it goes all the way down to the South. They take it over, right? So it has its time, right? Every period has its time. But my bad, Southerners, I think I stand corrected. It's my people that effed up, destroyed hip hop. It's the West. It's LA. LA, we destroyed. That's I always keep it LA. So my part of the country is the beginning slide with the NWA. Remember, you never heard no cursing on no record. Or we like, you guys remember? Cause I was in my late teens. When I first heard NWA, I was like, and you guys are my age. You guys can remember the shock. Come on, and be honest. Can you guys remember the shock of the first NWA record that you heard? You're like, what? You're not allowed to say that. You can't say that on the. You can say that on the record. You guys remember that? Because at that time you really couldn't play NWA on the radio. But you guys remember that when you first heard if you guys had an NWA record and the stuff they were saying about black women talking, that was never allowed. You guys remember that? Women were now bitches and hoes. How about these? And I don't love these hoes. And you guys remember that? He was like, and I do. I was in my late teens, early 20s. I was like, wow, this is crazy. They're not gonna allow this. Because I wasn't sophisticated enough to understand that that this was gonna shape society, right? I wasn't sophisticated enough. You couldn't stop playing it. He said, Jimmy, me too. Because I wasn't smart enough, like I said. I wasn't sophisticated. I say the homosexual came in with really New York. I think it started from the beginning with New York started that. We just didn't know it. Remember we were back in a bit with Joey? That was a trans man up in there. We know they trying to, and we know who controlled all these videos. The cats with the hats. So they were subliminally putting that into us that we wouldn't even know what we're looking at. This is how sinister. This shit is some sinister shit because they knew that was a man. And they made these bum ass things like a puppy in them, put it in the video and put it out there that he's scheming on trying to get a man with a penis. We didn't know none of this shit was going on. This is how diabolical it is because we don't control our culture. So we've been, to understand us what happened, we've been built down as a people. We're filthy. We're filthy. Like, and I gotta admit to some of the things too. That's why I stopped cursing when I came back. Because my kids got on me. Because I never said the N-word, was never allowed that in my house. But I got free with it. It's not part of my vocabulary because it's fun, right? And my kids still check me. They're grown adults. They don't like, they get upset me hearing me saying it. Because I never allowed it in my house. It's absolute nothing. I smack in your mouth. As a child, that better never come out your mouth in this house, ever. So we've been filthy down as a people. And see, so that's made people look at us different. They've given us we have no value. We have no value. And so that's dangerous, guys. And we know who's done it. Our enemies have done this. Where we as a people, they made us have in the eyes of everybody else, we have no value. That's these goopy Africans or these goopy Caribbeans. They think this is Black American culture. Because they don't know nothing. Most of them stupid anyway. They come from non-educated. They can't critically think. They think this is the norm. They think we control this industry, control this nonsense. And so it's been too long to have this backlash. Music is it's unsavable because it has rotted our people. Because we know life follows, what's the term I'm looking for, guys? Imitation follows life, or life follows imitation, right? So now we got single baby mama culture, right? And no shade to black women, no shade to you, but don't keep it a buck, man. Right? That's why I could never get divorced. You know, I wanted a happy marriage, but I couldn't leave this woman to raise my kids. I wasn't happy. So I stayed for the sake of my children. And so you got women raising boys to men, and they don't all raise no men. We don't keep it honest. And we have, and as a community, we are solely lacking. And you know, how did I notice this real bad, right? Because you get older, start getting detached from the youth culture, right? And it's not to say that nobody gets mad because I say these things, but I started to my kids bringing their friends over, right? When they were young, especially young teenagers, and couldn't nobody talk. Couldn't nobody put no sentence together. Like, what? What are they saying? I understand it's the South. I get that. Okay. But everybody in the South is not supposed to be stupid. I'm supposed to be able to understand you construct. Everything has to be ebonics, right? You're supposed to be able to construct a sentence. And every time my kids would bring me one of their friends, whether it be my daughters, their girlfriend, my sons, their male friends, I'd be like, and you being a parent, you can't really say shit, you know. You have to come out, this is so and so, they meet you. Hey, Miss Newsom, why you talking about how you doing? Mom be like, what? You know, my wife go to South, so she shut me up, right? So I'm like, what the hell is going on in the school system? All right. What? And you guys, if you guys are attentive, you know. That's how I started knowing that we've been dumbed down. Just some common conversations I were having with my children's friends, right? As they brought them in, you know, the girlfriends, son's male friends, and so they told me I'm judgmental. I'm not gonna lie. So I said today, they said, "Oh, yeah, I was thinking he's my dad. Think he's better than everybody, and everybody's got to be blah blah." No. But I do want you to form a complete sense, not talking nigger babble. And that was the majority. And people say, "Well, I'll keep you in the South." Yes, I get it. I'm in the South. Everybody shouldn't be able to be talking nigger babble. Can't put a damn sentence together. And I used to be sitting there like, and they all know. I try to be slick. I be, you want to be quiet, but my kids all know my faces. I mean, this is something like they talk like, sitting there like, what is going on? Who are you? Who are you? What's your name? And there's always these ridiculous ass names these broads give these kids. My name is LaQuanda Mia. Who? What's your name? LaQuanda Mia. What's going on around here? Your name is LaQuanda Mia. Okay. Good to meet you, LaQuanda Mia. But they call me LaQuanda. Sitting there like, you fucking kidding me with this shit? Right? I'm over, at that time in my 30s, right? I'm like, my late 30s, mid to late 30s. Like, And one time, I'm not gonna lie, I was going to beat one of my son's friends' ass. I couldn't. He told me the name. I couldn't. I started laughing. I couldn't hold that. And this young boy wanted to jump frog him. I said, what? I can't believe you would disrespect me like that, sir. Blah, blah, blah. I started laughing because the name was so goofy, so bad. I couldn't keep myself. So I started laughing. He said, I don't believe you laughing at me. I'm about to do something about this. He's a young kid. At that time, my son was like 17. That may be like 35 or something. 36. So he's telling me something. And that's what I said, what? What? I told my son, I said, boy, you don't get this boy out of my house. You don't get his ass out of here. I'll pistol whip this boy to death. Look at this boy at my damn house, right? But I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is I've seen the decline of our culture through my children. Now, I'm not saying it didn't start with my generation. I think it did, sadly, right? Because you guys remember C. Dolores Tucker? You guys remember her? Now, as a youth, I didn't take what she was saying. Because they were, like you say, they're old people. I was in my 20s, younger than Joey is now, right? I was 21. And you guys remember C. Dolores Tucker? And she was talking about how bad all this music, they got our women, calling our women dogs and hoes. And at that time, I was like, shut your old ass up. Talking about it. And I didn't know. You remember? She was right. She was righteous and right. But as a kid, since I had no goofy father, like Joey said, critical thinking at 21, I didn't understand programming and image control. I didn't understand that. I wanted to hear all my LA bad. I said, yeah, LA, because I was all pro. LA's taking over the rap game. That's right. That's where I'm from, Los Angeles. You know, Snoop Dogg and them is all garbage. It's all garbage, spilt shit, right? But I was prideful, like, oh man, LA on the map. They ain't New York cats. LA's running the rap game now. I'm young and stupid. LA's running the rap game now. Later for New York. Later for New York cats. Later for you New York N's, right? Later for you cats. Because I never said N. I get my parents, I never said the N. I never was allowed to say the N word growing up either. So later for you N's. LA's running the thing. We run things. LA, right? Even I wasn't even living in LA no more at the time, right? But being from there, LA runs things, you know. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg in the family, you know, Tupac. That's what's going on. Forget you LA Negroes. I mean you New York Negroes. We run hip hop, right? So during this time, like I said, it's an older woman, probably my age. I think that, you know, you're young, you see old people in their 50s as old as hell. This old lady talking about. What's she talking about? This music is so detrimental, it's so dangerous, it's terrible. I'm like, man, why these old people? I'm like, why these old people can't leave us alone? Always meddling and stuff. Get out of here. It's just, I was like, you know, I'm young. It's just music. It's just music. Why you gotta be talking about our music? Just shut your mouth. It's music. Don't worry about what we listen to, old lady. You listen to that stuff. You know, even though I listen to it now, right? I grew up now. I've come full circle. I said, you listen to them old people in the 70s and early 80s and 60s. You listen to old people. Now that's one of my major playlists, right? But back then, you listen to these old people. Like, we the 90s kids, lady. Get on out of here. We 90s, baby. We're in the 90s, lady. We Gen X, lady. We the youth. You know, we Gen X. We Gen X, lady. Just like Joey's with Gen Z. We Gen X, lady. Oh, don't come. You old people. You don't come for us. We Gen X. We 19, 20, 21. Get on up out of here with that nonsense. But not understanding the detriment, and this was the beginning of the slide, because you guys remember, as Black people, Black Americans, we didn't know, we were looked at as really most as a sacred people. That's why everybody was emulating us, right? Globally, we didn't know that either. We didn't know back then, most of them never did got the country. We didn't know that our global impact, what it was, and people respected us because we were known as fighters, right? Fighting white people and innovation. So we went from fighting white people feeling exhilaration about us to now we're now filthy culture. From where I was as a child, teenager in early 20s to where I'm at now, my mid 50s, as a cultural representation. How it's been completely dirty, filthy, right? It's filthy now. They see the young Miamis and scamming Negroes and lollipops, people shit on their fucking face, tattoos everywhere. It's just filthy. It's a filthy culture. You remember back then, you guys go Black America, it was taboo for us to have tattoos anywhere. That's why I don't got them nowhere. It was taboo. Now all of a sudden, white people did. Unless you had somebody in the military, unless somebody in the military got one tattoo. Now, and that's how you know this has been pushed. This is mind control. Because it started with our generation. You got the Jodeci's with tattoos, the other one with tattoos. And I was like, what's with all this tattoo? Because I remember it was look, see, that's how you know they starting to make us filthy. Because it was frowned upon in our community. All this stuff was frowned. Homosexuality was frowned upon. That was a no-no in Black America. Having tattoos, maybe one or two, having tattoos all over, that was frowned upon. And I'm just talking about that was frowned upon. Period. And now it's except when people got tattoos all up and down their whole arm, back, neck, face, and all this. It was the filthification of a people. This was deliberate. This was put in front of your face, and little kids with single mamas with eyelashes. And that's what you see, because that's mind control. When you look at these TV, these rappers, all this filthy, nonsensical talk. And remember, and they revitalized the N-word. Nobody was saying the N-word back in the 70s, 80s like it is now. And it started with LA. I hate to say, LA, my people, started idolizing the N-word again. That's when like you say, because we couldn't say the N-word on no record. I was like, what? Exactly, just like you, Jimmy. It was the shock value. I was like, what? They said N-word on a record? I was like, what? So I'm taking you guys back. You guys in early 90s. I mean, your early 90s, your late teens, early 20s. And you heard somebody say, yeah, nigga. You're like, what? You're like, what? He said that, you get like Joey said, the big disc. The big disc. You got the big disc, right? Like, you put it back on. He said the N-word on a record? What? So you young, you want to be rebellious. Yeah, that's right, nigga. Right. Yeah. But at that time, I still didn't say it because it was part of my vocabulary. Because especially when my mother and them like, no, I'm not going to be saying that shit. They said on the album. That's how, now just like it's nothing. But back then, before Joby was born, that was shocking. That was shocking. Now, everybody rap nigga this, nigga that, nigga, where my scamming nigga is at. Everything is that. Back then, that was a no-no. Never sit on no fucking album ever. And it was NWA who started that shit. So my fault, Southerners, my fault wasn't when you cats in South. It was the cats out in the West Coast, LA. Because I still remember, because I was shocked. Like, they let this be played? And it was like, you have your cards. So I'm 19. You rebel, you got the CD. That's when, also remember, that's when they went from, like Joe said, the big disc and your cassette tapes to your disc, right? To your CDs. And remember back then, I don't know about you guys, for me, because I was always about chasing women, I always had to have a good sound system, right? My sound system was always expensive. But good. Remember everybody was trying to steal your break into your car and steal your damn stereo system. You guys remember that? You had to take out, you guys remember, I'm taking you guys down, right? Remember you guys you guys had the kind, you would hit the button and take out the face of your stereo? Who remembers that? You hit the button because you had the faceless stereo because people were stealing your stereos, busting out your windows, taking your stereos. Remember, I had the speakers in the trunk, I had the boomer because you're young. All your money goes like, yeah. We're like, oh, boy, you banging, you bumping. That's right, shorty, what's happening? What's popping? Right. Because y'all just trying to get women, trying to get coochie. That's one of the things we did, trying to get coochie. It's crazy. Everything's a damn way to get coochie. It's funny, right? So, because I was at a fly stereo system in my car. You're getting it like better in a club. Yeah. And you hear, yeah, nigga. Yeah, bust ass nigga. Yeah. And I forget one time I was in my car, I had that shit closed. It was playing loud. I just, your parent, my mom was old. My mom wasn't older. My mom was only 20 years older than me. Remember, they had kids and they were young back then. My mom was only 20 years older than me. Shit. It's crazy. But I consider I'm 19, she's in late season, she's in her 30s. I'm considering her ass. Oh, remember, I'm like 18 now. My mom was like in the late 30s. I consider her old. Remember, she came out, found me in my car. I had that plan. She was all shocked because that's how we're so desensitized to it now. I'm trying to take you guys back to then when you first heard that N-word on an album, CD, and how shocking it was. Today is like it's normal. That's how I'm gonna talk how we went from then to here, right? So I never forget. So I was listening to one of those CDs in my car. My mom came outside the house. I was, I don't know if you guys. I'm sure everybody has similar. Maybe you guys didn't have a car when you're young. I know. Everybody had a car. I had a car. So anyway, so I'm out there. You ain't eat those kind of nigga foods. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't. My parents had a little bit of money. I apologize. Anyway, you're out there banging. I'm like, yeah, because you're young. Music, when you're young, you guys remember when you're young, music is everything. You guys remember when you're young, music is everything. You buy all these CDs because remember, music is paid for by the youth, not us today. The youth pay for all the music. When you're young, 18, 19, 20. That's why you got to have usually a middle class society to have superstars to be able to pay for the music and stuff you want to do. You must have somebody have disposable income. Everybody can't be living hand to mouth because it won't work. Can't get rich. Everybody said, do I buy this CD or do I buy this Ugali? Ugali wins, God damn it, get this CD. So you gotta be able to buy both. That was so good about growing up in America, especially back then. We had disposable income as young teenagers, right? So I was in the gym, and it was inward this, and my mom was my mom was in her late 30s. She wasn't even old to that. I thought she was old. She's in her late 30s. And she come out there, what is this? She was already detached from, what was going on in the youth, because remember, wasn't no internet yet, wasn't no MTV, I think BT was known, but it didn't play music like it did, with it morphed into back then, it played, that Midnight Soul or whatever, but it wasn't like, we wasn't saturated with entertainment like we are now, because we've grown up, it peaked, and now it's going down. All these music things are now being taken apart because it's not making any money. There's no money in music because they destroyed it, right? Because it's garbage. So we went from nothing all the way up here, and now it's on its descent. Now it's on its decline. But so me in the car, and I'm on the ascension of all this music and just everything. There's no MTV's out, of course. MTV, but white people listen to that shit. But so my mom comes out. I'm just banging in the car like it's inward this, yeah, nigga, bitches and hoes, you bitch, you hoe. I'm like, yeah, god damn it, you bitch, yeah, you hoe, yeah, nigga, yeah, right. Just go. My mom comes out, know you get your shit knocks on the door. Yeah, what's up? You need me to go somewhere get you something? You know, I'm trying to turn down my music. The lady's all loud. So her said, yeah, what's up? You need me to go somewhere get you something? She's like, what the hell you listen to? What is that shit? Oh, no, Mom. Oh. Mom, that's a CD, Mom. I know what a damn CD is. Think I'm crazy or something? What is that you listening to? What is all that bitches and hoes and nigga this, nigga that? I said, Mom, you old. You wouldn't understand. Go ahead, man. What you want me to do, man? Come on now, you old. Come on out of here. Come on, Mom. You know, it's a CD. And she's like, you got that from a store? I want you guys to know, it seems like, unless you can remember that, right? Unless you guys can remember how taboo from our culture what it is now. Because today you really can't, even though I'm telling the story, unless you were there, you really can't relate to it because it's now what? It's ubiquitous. This terrible culture is now ubiquitous, right? It's everywhere, it permeates everywhere. So it's now become the norm. But I'm trying to make you understand that this was not the norm. And my mom wasn't even old, she was young. Okay, I'm like, damn, because I'm like, that man, I was like 18, 19. My mom's late 30s. I'm thinking she's old. She's only in her 30s. I'm in my 50s now. I'm thinking, like, so I got it blasting him. N-word this, N-word that, N, bitch, hoe is a bitch, you bitch ass hoes. And she said, Keith, well, yeah, go ahead, Mike. I'm listening. What kind of filth are you playing out here in front of my house, boy? And that's what she called it. And no, I got offended. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? What kind of filth are you playing out here in front of my house? I'm like, what? Mom, you're just too old. You know, you're older generation. You're older generation. You're old. This old generation, man. Come on. So you're old. Mom, you're old and washed up, man. What are you talking about? So anyway, she said, and this is what she said. She said, do you have women in the car when you play this stuff, calling them bitches and hoes? And I didn't want to hurt her feelings, right? And said, yeah, damn right. They the ones been jamming with me. Call themselves bitches. Oh, yeah, bitch ass hoe, bitch ass nigga. I said, oh, no, Mom, you don't do that. You know, that's disrespectful. You know, to that, Mom. That's disrespectful. What kind of son you think you raised here, man? I'm gonna do that. Hope you don't go to these women's houses, these girls' houses, put up in the house playing that stuff. Come on, Mom. That's, it's rap. You said, I'm saying, girls in that R&B. Back then I wasn't in the R&B like it wasn't. I said, girls in that R&B shit, Mom. They in that R&B, that Luther Vandross bullshit. They ain't in that kind of, motherfucker singing. They ain't in that kind of stuff. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not that. Anyway, there's women, the most women want to listen. Hey, put that CD in there. Yeah, right. That we were all getting destroyed together, whether it's black men or black women. But I just wanted to bring that point, have everybody understand that we didn't know enough to understand that we were debasing ourselves and debasing our culture. We weren't able to see the bigger scheme of things, right? Not at 20. I just wasn't sophisticated. At 19, and I just wasn't smart enough to connect any dots. I thought it was harm. I didn't understand that this is the beginning of, because we also know it was also what? The prison pipeline. Because look, that's mind control. You repeat what you look at. That's why it's now what? Ubiquitous. Everybody's an N-word. Every black woman's a B and a hoe. We never called our women B's and hoes. That was shocking. That was unheard of. N-word wasn't like it is today. Everybody's an N-word. That was unheard of. And so now it becomes part of our vocabulary now. And now you see the white race and everybody, oh, you guys can say the N-word. You guys say it all the time. Why can't we use it? Blah, blah, blah. And see, now being older, I am a little more sophisticated, hopefully a little more knowledge. I said, wow, this evil gene, these motherfuckers always practicing an evil, wicked shit. They control the industry. And we know they had that secret meeting with the music execs. Said we're going to turn rap into this filthy culture, so young black men will follow. They will follow this behavior and lock their ass up. They become slave labor in the prisons. And us thinking this just organic, that this all of a sudden this just happened like organically, that people allowed this N-word and debasing of our women and this like dirtbag culture to proliferate itself to the top, right? That this would become the image of black people globally from America. All this filth, all this debaucherous ghetto hood rat. Can't nobody talk. Everybody's filthy with tattoos all on their neck, face, and all. It's just a filthy culture, right? So no one would deem any value from the people that generate this filth. So we become a filthy people because that's what's put out to the world, this filth. And sadly enough, we didn't check it. We knew it was going bad, but we didn't say, no, we got to shut this shit down. Same way we shut down these Asian stores, we got to shut our own culture down that's been hijacked by people that hate our ass. We've got 36 years now of empiric logic that shows this is the case. We got the stories where they took it over and merged into this way what we see today, right? Well, like I said, why these award shows are garbage. I think I started looking at 2003. My kids were very, very young. I can't look at this. What is this? What is this shit I'm looking at? And I was young. I was still in like 31, 30, even back then, even younger than my mother was, right? So this shit I'm looking at, what is this shit? What is this? It's all filth all the time. Everybody's butt naked. Why does everybody gotta be naked? Why do our women gotta be filthy? Why do black women gotta look like they filthy? And sex objects? What is going on here? What is the agenda? What is going on here? What's really happening? And so I started noticing then in the early 2000s. I said, really the late 90s, getting back because early 2000s we got this complete. That's when the South took what LA did and put it on steroids. I'll say that. The West, LA, my people took it, destroyed it, but the South supersized it. The South made it just, when you can't talk, everybody, yeah, we'll talk about here, man. What I say, a gorilla, what we doing? What I say, yeah. Like, what's going on? What's happening here? So, and you're like, wow. And see, and then also remember, at that time, we lost control of our women, right? So we couldn't say, cover your fucking ass up. You ain't got to be naked to show your sexuality. You can dress with respect for yourself and respect for us as a people. And what I'm saying, we're not talking about like these Muslims dress up in Muslim shit. You can wear short dresses like that, but have it be respectful. Have it be classful. Where you're not looking like somebody's prostitute, looking at somebody's hoe. And now they've turned that like all black women got now. This is the norm. It's got to be a hoe. Your titties out, your ass out. What is this I'm looking at? This is some streetwalker on the street, whether in Mombasa, LA, or goddamn Brazil. What's going on? So this is the filthy up of people. And sadly, remember, we became the culture globally. So all other black people around the world looked up to us at that time and wanted to emulate us. Because we had the biggest footprint. That's just the fact. And the Jews mentioned that. The cats that mentioned that. We'll use these morons to fuck up black people globally. It's a fact. That's why we see people rapping in Kenya. They do the same thing. It's us. You know what you fucking in Ghana. South Africa, we know what the hell we looking at. The bad culture being exposed, taken to the world, and look back on to destroy black people globally with this filth. Right? And so I don't think hip hop culture can be not America. Remember, they took it to Africa and they revived it. They don't take it down its logical conclusion, clean it up, make it what it was, what it was at the beginning. Because remember, hip hop culture was a culture of teaching. We learned it was fight the white man. It was woke. Hip hop was, even though it was fun. Remember, hip hop had balance. As black people, we believe in balance and reciprocity. Black women, black men being equal. So we believe in balance. So even though we had some tracks that just promoted fun, right? It just be fun. It wasn't debauches, it was fun. But then we always also had somewhat tracks that educate us. It had, remember they and the cats that talking about this, right? Because when you learn things through music, it sticks longer. And since black people globally, we are rhythmic people. We learn better through music. We don't learn better with the white man's class. X-Clan, exactly right, Jibba Jibba. And Poor Righteous Teachers, Tribe Called Quest, Boogie Down Production, BDP with but it was always balanced. It was learning. You could shake your ass in the club, and that was always cool. And even with the message, right? And we listen to the message, you could, it was funky as hell. But what was the message? The message would tell you that came out when I was a little bitty kid, right? The message was funky, but it had a message to it. It was telling how black people are impoverished, who's impoverishing us, and what's going on in the black community where it's all destroyed, effed up, and we are broke and unemployed, and this is what we got to do to change the situation. So there was always a message. It was a teaching mechanism, and it was, oh no, we can't have this. It became a threat because it also taught history. And like, dang, because we didn't know a lot. Like, what? That's true. And we had the internet, and it didn't exist yet. You go back and get a book. Ain't explained it right. You mean that's when I first learned that Egypt was black people. I was like, what? Egypt was black people. All these white people they show me on TV with this goopy 10 Commandments and all these fake white Bible movies. You know, I started learning all that through rap. Right? Black people were the kings of Africa. We weren't always bummy and poor in Africa. Africa wasn't always with flies on their face and all poor and assed out. Right? I learned that through a goopy rap, and it made me go start, wanting to educate myself. So that became dangerous. Where you sit in this culture now doesn't exist. It's all filth. You've been inundated with 24 hours of filth. And that was the reason. I said, I'm glad to go back. That's the reason why I made Black Out Fire. Because of the filth. Because I had my son move back in with me. You guys remember, Andre, once again, my kids were gone. And I sat here, divorced, about a year and a half. I said, our culture is destroyed. I need to go back. I always forget my purpose for building. I said, my culture is destroyed. Because I didn't think about political, because I thought it'd be hard to get people political information because most people are stupid. Keep going on. I said, but the music, I said, I got to raise our vibration up and play the music that they won't play on the radio. It's all garbage, all filth. This is way back in 2014. I was about 15, I was thinking about it. Put in my mindset, if I don't do it, who will? I can't complain about something if I'm not willing to put my money in there and take it back. I can't complain. People always complain but don't do nothing about it. Since I have the financial wherewithal, I can't complain about it And then someone to build it. I ain't know about. I said, how the hell do you build a radio station? I didn't know about building a radio station. It had to be. I said, to be global, it has to be on the internet. So where I go? I went to YouTube. Right? I went to YouTube. So how do I build a radio station? What do I do? How do I do it? And so to my son, he said, Dad, you smart. You can do anything you want to do. I said, yeah, but I've never done this before. Let me try to figure it out. You know, and being at that time, arguing, bringing them horrible women in my house, them horrible bras he was dating. Like, you don't get these bras up out of here. Get these bras about my house, boy. And this is the reason. That's funny. This comes back full circle. I even think about this while I built it. Because the political angle came secondary. The first thing was to bring decent music to black people, right? When almost was bees and hoes and just talk over spin, talk my shit, talk over spin, right? And because I said, wow. By then I fully knew, wow, this has been really successful. This is really. I said, these motherfuckers don't never stop. They never stop on us. It's just they never quit. They always got some evil scheme they cooking up against black people. I was like, they never stop. These people never stop. And so I'm not sure we go ahead and please, but I'm saying. So now, at that time, only a few of us was woke, because I told you black takes a long time for black people to wake up. We're reactionary people. That's how I told you we're the same people globally. See, if you look at black people, step back from wherever you were born, whatever tribe you're in, step out of it and look at black people objectively as a whole. And you'll understand we're the same people because you see the same behaviors. Okay, black people react. We're not proactive. Well, it takes black people a long time. Like I just said, it takes black people a long time to learn shit. That's real. Now, I said, wow, so if I do this, it's going to take a while for it to catch on. Now I'm going to get pushback, right? And the reason why, and as I took the radio station into this music, into the political things, I got to raise your people's mindset. You got to educate them, because black people are just full of propaganda globally. That's when, sadly enough, I started cursing more and using the N word, because when people call in, because we were starting to be big at that time, before the white man shut us down, people would call in and say the N word, and you don't want to critique people saying, amen. Because when I used to say the N word, it'd be like this. You guys ever heard a nail go across a chalkboard? It would just fuck my soul up. It's like, ooh. You know, it would just hit my soul in that N-I-G-G word. Ooh, whoa. But to reach a people, sometimes you got to reach them where they are, right? So I could keep saying, I know some people do it. I give them credit. Hey man, you guys remember I had Big Lou, we have a cause, and I would always say, me and him would say, hey man, don't say the N word, man. Say any word, don't use that N word. Say, brother, sister, don't use the word. But it was so ubiquitous at that time. Now everybody called was saying the N word, and I got tired of saying, hey man, don't say that, man. So I kind of capitulated, right? And I started using it, right? I kind of capitulated. So my own audience took me over, right? And I capitulated. And I forget. That's why you raise good children, guys. I never forget my daughters. It's like always the girls, as young women, called me out first. My daughters called me out first, right? And I'm like, hey, Dad, yeah, what's up? What's going on, baby? What's up? What's with you in this word? What's you in this word? I'm like, trying to play stupid. I go, what word we got to talk about? What word you talking about? What word? Motherfucker? No. What you talking about? That one too. It's wild with these words, right? It's wild with these words. I said, you talking about the N-word? Yeah. It just sounds disrespectful. What are you doing? Why have you started using? I said, well, baby girl, the audience says it all the time, but you're supposed to uplift people, Dad. You're not supposed to keep them fucked up in the gutter where you find them. That's your daughter. You're not supposed to get fucked up in the gutter where you find them. I said, yeah, I know, but everybody's using the word, baby. It's hard to trying to keep telling people don't use the word. I'll try. I got worse. I got worse with it, right? I got worse. But but you guys know when I came back, I've been cursing and use the N-word at all on those shows. I had to stop 10. Remember my stop 10 speed? That's what I say. 10 speed. Come on with the words. With the words. You guys remember 10 speed was on the show? Called it. I said, 10 speed, man, with the words, man, with the words, with the words. Not with the N-word, the words, man, not with the words. And I started laughing. I was back at that same place again, not with the words. So, yeah, you remember Big Lou? Yeah, because me and Big Lou, yeah, exactly right, Jim Mosquito, Big Lou. Big Lou was you guys been with forever. I started to think I was too scared to go on by myself. You guys know I talk so much, I do, but I needed a co-host back then. I wasn't comfortable carrying the whole show. So I had Big Lou, the guys on the camera. That's why you guys see the chair. I never moved that chair. When you guys see me doing the show and the camera's this way, you guys always see that chair. And it's got messed up. I was even sitting in that chair for almost 10 years and just sit this all messed up. It was a brand new chair. So I needed, and that's why it's easy also to use Joby as a co-host. I got comfortable again with Joby. And this show as a co-host, right? So at that time, I was nervous and carrying the show by myself for the first time. That's why I asked Lou, let's say, hey, man, come on, Cole, so I can play off with you, right? That or fly. Anyway, so I can play off you. So that's my time. Now my confidence was already built up by then, right? Really was built up by the 5th or 6th show. I said, shit, I can do this thing. I can do this thing. So when Lou moved to Louisiana, I was good, right? But me and Lou would always somebody would call me, man, come on with that N-word, man. That N-word, man. Not the N-word, brother. That goes against it. No, you spend a half an hour telling somebody not to say the N-word. They're doing the show. Come on, brother, not that N-word. And I ain't lying. It doesn't hit the same, because I'm now, sadly enough, it's in my vocabulary. But back then, when somebody would say the N-word, it'd be like this. It was nails across a chalkboard. I'm like, oh, no. It rolls off my tongue so easy. And I guess you guys hear me say it, right? But back then, because my whole life, my parents allowed me to say it. I didn't allow my kids to say it, so it was never said, except on them goopy albums, right? Goopy albums. So when somebody would call and say, yeah, these N-words, N-word, it would hit different. It would hit my soul. Ooh. Like somebody punching me in the gut. Ooh. Hey, brother, hey, man, come on, brother. Chill out with that N-word, man. We're not N-words, man. That's the white man's word. Yeah, like, man, I can't keep saying this. Everybody, it just becomes, it's ubiquitous. Everybody says this N-word, especially in the South at that time. I said, man, shit. But anyway, let me see what Joby got queued up. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
I always cringe when I hear the song Spend That by Young Miami. I don't like what it's promoting, and I don't particularly care for the artist who made the song.
When Joby first played that song, they said, you don't know. That's after we did the show, Joby put that. I said, what the hell is, I cringed too. I'm glad I still got some cringe. I'm not thinking, I'm like, what is this? Because remember Joby's asked about Coco Brown. He's like, I ain't never heard of these people. So Joby hit me. Dang, but that P. Diddy got a bad body, boy. You can, I ain't trying to say, you can tell like a homosexual body. You can tell but you can tell he sucks dick. You can tell just looking at him. Just keeping him 100. Anyway, so when Joby first played that song from after the show, guys. We were talking about BT Awards, and Joby, I never heard it, right? And I said, this is straight garbage. But I laughed because Joby made it funny, right? So I started laughing. Joby, being young, started spitting that shit. It made me laugh. I said, this is straight garbage. This is terrible, right? So, and then as soon as I said that shit was on, you know, they got these things listening to us. And that's why I knew as soon as Joby did that, it was been on all my I went to TikTok, scroll, spin that. Everything was on TikTok. A spin that challenge. Because Joby said I never heard it in my life. Never in my life. A tablet, everything was spin that. I'm like, what? I start trying to block that shit out of me. But see, this is what I'm saying. But now she's getting a backlash. So it took time finally for the Black America to say enough is enough. And it's the young and it's the youth. So you can't say, because just like my mom, I unvalidated my mother, right? Because I was the youth then, and she come out of here. What is that you playing? Calling people bitches and hoes and N-words. Like, I'm out of here, man. Oh man, 30-something. Oh man, get on out of here. You old generation, get on out of here. You a baby boomer, man. Get out of here. Ain't you a baby boomer? You old. So it's coming from the youth this time. So that you know there's an awakening and understanding. So it ain't come from me because young kids are not gonna listen to me. I'm not saying, look, I'm gonna say I'm the old nigga in the room. It has to come from Joby. Can't come from me. I'm the old N-word in the room. That's come from Joby's generation. The check that it can't come from me because if he did like me, my mama. Come on, man. The old generation. Come on, man. But go ahead, Joby.
She given her ties to Diddy, ignorant comments in the past, and anti-queer stance regarding her son.
I didn't say nothing about gay people. I said that I would not want my son to be gay. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. They said that, okay,
yeah. You got these wigs, man. This wig looks, I would think you was African. That wig looks terrible. It looks dry, like something just sitting on top of your head. Do something with that thing.
That's the part that I saw. That's the part that's like, that make it bad. But when you do something wrong, what you do?
Spend That, at its core, is a song about scamming, stealing money, aka boosting, and the glorification of gangsters. All harmful to the Black collective, in my opinion. And that's why I won't play.
It's a collective. It goes out to the collective, and that's why it's been boosted. That's why we know about it. That's why the algorithm controlled by the cats with the hats has made this the damn song of the summer, right? And put Black people as debaucherous and degenerate as the face of this nonsense. So you understand, this is warfare, guys. This is how war works. Now I want to know this is warfare. And she's just as dumb as can be. That was dumb as a bowl of grits, as my grandmama used to say back in the day. Boy, you dumb as a bowl of ugalia. That's what grits are. Dumb as a bowl of grits. And they'll use her because they all remember these all impoverished morons. Give them a little money. They always end up broke anyway. Put them out there for fame and fortune to destroy their own people, destroy their own culture. But go ahead, Joby.
Listen to or promote that song. Now watch people get defensive toward my opinion. Did I say you all should stop listening to it? That would be ideal, but I can't control a person's behavior. All I can do is share my opinion. Also, I find this song to be ironic. I remember when Young Miami was part of City Girls with JT. JT was arrested in the past for fraud, aka scamming, which led Young Miami to have to hold down the City Girls on her own. All while saying free JT every chance you can get until
I don't know the hell. You got who the hell are the City Girls? I don't even know what the hell that is. He's part of a group. Do you know that was, Joby?
Yeah, there used to be two girls. Her and another lady. They call themselves the City Girls. Then they split.
That's why you have to have Joby. Talk to your own generation, because I like my mom. Who? City, she bought who's the City Girls? I'm not even capping. I never heard the City Girls in my life. Ever. So, let you know. Because you play. Let's see what Smile's saying.
Her partner was released from being incarcerated. I also remember that mini documentary on YouTube speaking on the City Girls' rise to success. Toward the end of it, JT was in tears when she was about to be sent to prison. Is that what Young Miami wants for others? And it isn't lost on me that many of my beautiful black people are out here singing along to a song about scamming and stealing when not too long ago we were outraged that Cyrus Carmack Belton's family didn't receive justice after his life was taken by an East Asian.
This on purpose. I understand this how this correlates. This to make us look like an unserious people. So this makes us filthy. So we're gonna stand on business and then go back and promote ratchet goddamn ratchet behavior, ratchet filth behavior. That we're schizophrenic. We are a schizophrenic people, you know, and this on purpose. Because we don't control the algorithms. The J's own everything. We don't control this shit, and everything is ratchet. Especially show black women in a demeaning, like started back then, show black women in a demeaning, because even, and sadly enough, you could be Caribbeans and Africans, black women are seen the same way globally. This dirties you up. You have no idea. You're black. See, you think this, you just say, oh, this black Americans. But the white people globally, this is black people. That's what I try to teach you, morons. They don't see you as the other black, like you like to do. They don't. It doesn't work. They see you as black people. This is dirty up black women globally. See, they don't see you as a different tribe like you do. They don't see you like that. That's why you can have a goddamn Haitian in America get caught and shot in the face, like you have seen. But Amalo, the Diablo, whatever these goofy names were, the African guy and the Haitian guy, we the only ones that fought for them. You guys remember that? When they got shot in the face and the dude got that damn stick, the white guy stuck the stick up his ass in New York, stuck the stick all up his booty and tore his rectum. He was either Haitian or African. Who was in the streets? Because we didn't see him as a Haitian or an African. We see him because we practice one love. We see him as black like us. So when the police violated this young black man, he was either Haitian or you guys let me know. He wasn't Jamaican. He was either Haitian or African. Remember they rammed the stick up his ass? They took a stick. That's how these savages do. Took a stick and rammed it up his ass. And it just destroyed all his damn internal parts. It's crazy what white people do. It's always some homosexual shit with them. Always. So, go ahead, Joby.
Asian shop owner who falsely accused him of stealing. For the record, this isn't my thought. I got this opinion from a person online, but I forgot who. Regarding the gangsta bit, I've already written in the past about the dangers of seeking out this type of relationship. Notice I didn't say all gangsters are bad people. I'm aware that the conditions that cause some people, especially black folk, to adopt that lifestyle isn't cut and dry. However, there is a link between gangsterism or hood dudes and loss of life, incarceration, STIs, and intimate partner violence. Speaking of which, hasn't Diddy had them?
And this culture do leads to baby mom. Because remember, black women now seek the gangster, the hood nigga, hood Negro. Let me say. So black women have now been culturally through these hip hop and rap songs. They seek out the dangerous, ne'er do well Negro, right? The hood nigga. Can't talk. Talking about killing, shooting, rapping, yeah. He got, remember black, he's got an edge. So he's the one leaving with 5 babies. Became a baby mama, got no job, talking stupid, talking about flipping drugs on the corner. That was the Little Waynes and the Bird, all that goofy music was about. Right? So he's had a detriment effect on black women. And I'm gonna keep it 100. Let me throw my own self under. But much as I thought I raised my children well, my daughters and my sons, right? No matter what you do, you're still gonna be affected by this culture because you can't be around 27. Because one of my youngest daughters had contact with one of these hood niggas. I couldn't get him away. I couldn't get her away from him. No matter what I did. When she was young, Like I always, they think I'm laughing when I tell the truth. You guys know I always tell the truth about shit. I told you, dick over daddy. All right? And I can do, because once your daughter's gone, they're adults, but they're not going to listen to you because they're in love with this bum ass nigga. Right? And there's nothing you can do. You're going to let it go. Much as you thought you raised them a certain way, your kids still going to make their own decisions, whether they be good or bad, right? And so it's not no more, but I remember now she's posting stuff of her graduating. She's late, graduating college, going to get her master's degree, but it was a long time coming. I had to let her go because the hood nigga didn't got her. So you lost to the hood nigga. I can't, nothing I can do for you. Good luck. Because once they there with a certain type of guy, nothing you can do. So I'm not just talking out the side of my neck, talking from experience, how the coach even not raised her a certain way to even show them what this is, that still got caught up at a young age with a hood cat. And you said, hey, man, and then your children are rebellious at a certain, they're not going to listen to you. You know there's always going to be a certain point in your life, 17 on, your kids are not going to want to listen to you. Especially not about no boyfriend or no girlfriend. You talking to the air, Jack. Because sometimes you're going to let your child go through it themselves. That's how life is, right? You're going to let the children go through it. So this culture, and even one of my other daughter talking to, got one of my daughters, right? Got her ass, because, and she had dropped out of college, and I'm talking to her. You're like, wow, fuck, I was there. What? How? You beating up, but you said, fuck, I was there. How this happen? You're like, you blame me and say, how this happen? I talked to you all. How the fuck is going on? And like, my kids are, I'm critical. What I am, and I can't shut up. Like, what you doing? So, you pull your daughter aside, like, listen. You plan to make some kind of life with this hood nigga? Is this for fun? What's going on? Are you having fun? What's this about? Are you gonna get knocked up by this nigga? What you gonna do? You guys not talking to my kids direct. What are you gonna do? What's this about? You do know this is going nowhere, right? You do understand this is going nowhere. See, you can't tell your kids that when they reach a certain age. And that's a girl, not gonna listen to you. Because you already see it. You say, this is going nowhere, right? You do know this, right? This ends badly for you. But nothing you guys gonna be able to do to get them out of it till they go through it, right? So this had black women, this fucked up culture had black, and sadly, the email, and you guys ain't had no coochie, I get it. You guys will see, and the young black woman, especially America, was now socialized for the hood nigga. That's a fact. So they ain't want you soft cats coming up to them, talking to them, how you doing? Come on, get up out of here. Get your ass away, get your ass up out of here. You was too weak and soft, right? You was a good dude, and they want nothing to do with you. You got no edge. You're not exciting. They want the hood dude, maybe selling drugs, maybe got a nice little car, but he's going nowhere, right? At the end of the day, he's a bum. He don't have any money. He really can't take care of her, right? So, I always keep it 100 with you guys. I can't lie about no perfect life and tell you guys lies. I got to tell you guys real life. You do the best you can, but your children are grown. They make their own decisions. You love them, but what can you do? They gotta let them go through themselves. But like I said, that course that ended bad. You know, ended bad. You know, want to call me for money? Don't call me for no money. You better get money from that dude. You know, ain't you with him? We about to get put out. Where he at? What are you doing? You're a grown woman. Why you calling daddy for money? You chose that. That's the life you chose. You got to live that. You can't call me for no money. What are you talking about? What's this money stuff? You grown. You told me. You know, told me you grown. Ain't that what you told me? Now you call me for money? Where's that dude at? The one you're with. That's his responsibility now, not mine. You guys know what I'm talking about. So that shit lasted for years. I had to cut. I'm not gonna talk to you. Of course, she distances herself from me. I distance myself from her. You know, hey, it is what it is, right? You know, I'm not gonna keep calling, busting my head up against the wall. Hey, baby, he no good. He no good. He no good. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Keep busting myself up in the head and shit. You know, you're gonna do what you want to do anyway. Do it. You know, don't come telling me you got no money. You got to get put out your house. Nah, don't tell me that shit. Where he at? Where's he at? Ain't that what you chose? You know, you got to go through that. You got to learn that on your own. I told you it wasn't going to end well. So this, so not to get up on that tangent. Sorry about that, guys, but this culture, and we're gonna show you. I'm gonna put up on TikTok. We know most black women want men with edge. They want this dangerous type puff daddy nigga here. This goopy moron here, right? They don't want the hard working, average kind of black guy. He's boring. They want the hood nigga with some flash, what they've seen in the video. They want the Lil Waynes can't get a job with the tattoos all up in the face. Tattoos and shit. You know, because every one of my kids, my oldest son, Keith, he'll never bring me his girlfriends, I guess because I'm too critical, right? But the ones I've seen, my son's women, they all got tattoos. Like, God damn. My damn daughter's men, they all got tattoos everywhere. And then she had the nerve to tell me, right, later, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna come back to this, right? So you know, because you guys know I don't smoke nor drink. So of course, him being a bad boy, he's smoking all this weed, selling dope. She would tell me, that's the only time she would confide with me, right? I can't deal with all the weed smoke. What? What? Weed smoke? What are you talking about? You guys up in the house smoking weed? That's what's going on? Well, yeah, you know, he does it, so I gotta do it. You ain't gotta do shit but stay black and die. So you gotta do it too. Now, once they come lock your ass up, don't call me from jail. Call me from prison, okay? Because I think you wanted to tell me without telling me this. Because why would you even mention this to me? That's a problem. You know I ain't like his ass, so why would you even tell me? So you give me more things not to even like? But I already knew he's a weed head. That's what all these morons do. Or your fake gangsters do. Y'all smoke weed. Live this debaucherous ass life. Live this child existence in your 20s, living like you're 16 and shit. All irresponsible. You know, I didn't when I say, well, did you tell him to stop? Yeah, but you know, I really can't tell him to stop. Did I raise you like that? You ever see me smoke weed and drugs and drink and all that fuck shit? That's why I got mad. So you ever see me? But Dad, you don't drink or smoke or yeah. You had kids. So listen, let's call me later. All right, this crazy shit. You know, you got mad. It grow. Call me loud. This crazy shit. Fuck off the phone. So fuck out, fucking ass off the phone with that bullshit with me. When you get locked up, don't call me. So so this is the image, and we're gonna show this is a fact. This image that black women, and that's why we know this is a fact because most black men don't have any children in America. You know, you guys know that. Most black men are single without any children. There's only a specific group of black men, the hood niggas, that got all these broads pregnant and have all these baby mamas everywhere. So we know this is a thing of mind control and to debate. So this is one bad behavior that circulates everything, right? So from the baby mama thing we're having, because they don't want the normal guy. And we're going to keep it real. So I'm going to let Joby play this to me because I don't want to run out of time. What time is it? Go ahead, Joby. Yeah, go ahead.
Gangsta allegations before, and who was writing, pleading to a judge while Diddy was being sentenced for his crimes. This is the same man who we've all seen harming Cassie in a video, mind you. I'll be honest with y'all, the older I get, the more difficult it is for me to connect with music that I once enjoyed. Just last year, while on a road trip, I tried putting on 50 Cent Before I Self-Destruct, and I couldn't get past the first few songs. Never liked Mobb Deep, and Biggie's catalog, when you consider what he was promoting, is highly overrated. To me, there's levels to the music that I can consume. A little ignorance here and there is okay because everyone has flaws and deserves grace. However, an entire song promoting scamming?
It's all ignorant now. Exactly. A little ignorant. He said a little ignorance is good now and then. It's all ignorant now. It's all ignorant. What you eating, Joby? You ugali? Go ahead.
Nah, I'm a firm believer in music having power for good and bad. We know that music has healing powers, especially speaking on mood and memory loss. But is it far-fetched?
That's why I've been Black Eye Fire, because music has healing power. Some is high vibration and low vibration. And I didn't know as I started learning more that our music was highly vibrated from the 70s and 80s, because first it was on carbon, which Joby called that big old disc. Joby said, it was that big old thing, that big old disc. That was carbon placed on by a needle, which is a diamond, which is carbon, and it would affect our melanin because the vibration was higher, because it was mostly love stories, right? Love music. But so it would raise our vibration, it would heal us. We didn't know that. We didn't know as we put on the record and listen to some Teddy Pendergrass or some Marvin Gaye, or some late on the 80s music, like some R. Kelly back, it was healing us. And they found out that's why they made it a small disc and took out the radio. This is technology getting better. No, it wasn't. Because they could have just made a smaller version and put that into a car and did the same way. That disc made it digitalized, so it didn't have the same healing properties. Remember, they study everything. That's why they changed the frequency of music to make it be more destructive. Now it's low vibration and the frequency is destructive. When we first had music, it was on a plane of healing. You can remember it was 342. I mean 432 hertz. They changed it. And it's funny again. These cats with these fucked up hats changed the frequency. So not only you listen to bad music, it's ripping your ass up inside. And you don't even know it. That's causing damage, because remember, you're mostly water, your cells. That bad vibration we showed you through water. When you put positive intent through water, what does it do? It's healing. Raise your vibration. Imagine you got scamming ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. And it's at a base frequency. You get ripped all up inside. And you don't even know that. And that's why when I made Black Eye Fire, I learned I knew all that. I said, wow, this is crazy. So you wanted to make music at an elevated frequency. That's why Black Eye Fire music is at 432 hertz. I went and took the hertz, changed the hertz back to 432. So when you listen to our app or on the internet, it's at everything's at 432. I went through every song and reversed it back to 432. Or whatever I put up new, I put up 432. Heal it, right? That's the reason why I built this. Have healing properties. Then if we had the record player, at 430, you singing love songs, loving your woman, loving each other. She's singing love songs back to you. That's a healing program. You're not You not singing no song. Yeah, you bitch, you hoe. You dirty bitch hoe. Yeah, yeah, you stinking bitch. You bitch ass hoe. Like what? 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 What is this garbage? Hold on, Joey, right before you type this in. Say black women on TikTok. Say black women say they prefer a man with edge. All other men are born. So this is how black women in America been indoctrinated. Indoctrinated
Men,
through this culture. Say black women say they prefer a man with edge. EDGE. Or we can just say gangster. I'm trying to be polite. We can say gangster if you want to. I'm saying edge.
Black women, they love gangsters and homosexuals. They don't love a man because most of their songs are either gay or a gangster because gays and gangsters walk parallel together. That's why he in Shamar is so well beloved.
Oh, yeah.
So Woody, a real gangster killer who's known for killing. And black women love it because black women love gangster niggas.
Yeah. That's the only thing this moron got right. You know, because this idiot here, so this idiot got these two coons. You got this coon and that other Anton Daniel and this coon ass nigga here, right? But they got that right because they both got ugly women. They can't really get no coochie, but that's true. They don't want these lame ass niggas. Go to another one, Joe. I can't watch these two goofballs.
I love a reformed gangster. Like, you know, somebody who used to bust niggas' heads wide open and, you know, probably sold drugs back in the day, but now his drug dealer mindset got him into entrepreneurship and he learned how to mature and how to become more emotionally intelligent, stay away from the wrong crowd.
There's a young teenager, not as no goddamn grown ass man. I went to college.
As a lover boy, down
bad
and knows that, you know, prison
got
ain't
tattoos
place
on
for
her fucking hand and shit. Like, she wants about to smack her in the mouth. So this is where I found my daughter. One of my daughters, one of them.
I don't know about y'all, but I love me a professional gangster. And if you don't know, a professional gangster is a man that has a really good job. So he not out here risking it all because he got shit to lose. But he's still hood enough that you know, like, he not to be fucked with. Like, he's not to play where he will put you to the ground. He has to, like. That's what I'm saying, nigga, like, yes, Papa, go get that salary.
It ain't no professional one that you can't even talk. See, this I told you, I want you to be the disturbance. Ain't no person exactly like me. Ain't nobody gonna want this broad. She's a moron, can't put her sentence together. She's talking about there's no such thing as a hood executive. She wants a hood nigga. And that's the only body that would fuck with her. No executive is messing with this broad. I gotta do my Kevin Samuels. Ma'am, stop talking crazy. There's no executive fucking with you. You low budget. I'm not lowering my standards to fuck with you. You looking for a hood nigga. There's no hood exec. I want a hood executive. What the hell are you talking about? There's no such thing. Doesn't exist. Go ahead, Joe.
And put niggas to the ground.
They like bum niggas.
You know why you like gangsters? Men with guns? Bad boys?
Like bad boys.
You never felt protected growing up.
Let's say bad boys. Mm-hmm.
So now that you're older, you want to date someone who you will protect.
Pause. So what happened to my daughter? When they get older, they all ran through with the bad boy. They're looking out for a good guy. Because
that's why you like
now their life is
men with
changing.
guns and who like fight all the time. Growing up.
People touch you because you already ran through. No one wants to be dealing with your ass. You ran through. I'm sure, like where all the good men at. Good men were you in your 20s. They don't want you now. You washed up. Get away. You got 2 babies by some hood nigga. You got 2 babies. What You think I want to take care of your babies, lady? I try to tell my daughter, you think somebody want to come take it? I don't want to take care of your damn babies. They go back to the dude who had them with you. I don't want to take care of your baby. What benefit I get being with you, taking care of your babies? That's what you black people don't understand. You have these babies, you damaged goods. Shout out to Joe Brown. You can't bring me no babies. Fuck, I like take care of your damn ex-hood dude's babies. So I'm supposed to be draining my pocket for your mistakes? That's a no. I'm 32 now. I sure like to find me a good man. Okay, you got any children? I got 2. Ma'am, you're washed up. Okay? Let me keep it real. So get rock with you. A man's gonna want to take care of you and your 2 babies. So kind of fuck that up.
But yeah, as we wind up with
Go
today's conversation.
You must got somewhere to go with your slick ass.
No, I'm just having a bad headache. I just want to get home. I'm having a terrible headache.
I seen Shamani and Christina inside the damn liquor store today.
Yeah, they told me they were going there earlier. So yeah.
It was gonna get effed up.
Shout out to everyone with us on the chat. I see we have Charles who earlier was saying in the 1989 to 1990 hip hop community, were rocking
African medallions. That's right. Remember that pushing Pan African? Exactly. Pan African things that we put. I have my African medallion. Yeah. Shout out to Africa. Putting Pan. Now it's completely different. Exactly.
But John Musto says Chris Brown.
He's almost 40. He's not Jovi's generation. He's a millennium.
Yeah. We have Fast who says, do you want to be an internet? It will destroy you. Stay away from it and take God's hands and walk in the glory path. Excuse me, shout to you.
What guy we talking about? Come on. Are we talking about your fake Jesus? That's the path we gotta stay with? The cracker with the dirty road?
Aaron James says, I'm from Atlanta, so I understand what they are saying. I love a lot of Southern rap music.
I couldn't do it with it. I know you from Atlanta, Aaron? I know. Where you live at now, Aaron? I thought you were from Canada. Do you live in Canada, Aaron? Where you at now, Aaron? I thought you was in Canada. Yeah, man, I can't the Southern rap, man. I can't with the Southern rap. Only Southern rap I thought was intelligent was Outkast. I thought Outkast was brilliant. That's what I said, man. I thought Outkast was the flow. I think Outkast one of the greatest rap groups of all time. That's Atlanta. But after them, it just went downhill for me. The T.I.s, the UGKs, and I don't even know the name of the groupie Southern rap guy. I don't know. Because I never got the Little Waynes, the Bootsies, Soldier Boys. I'm out. But Outkast, I think Outkast one of the most ingenious groups come out South. They didn't sound like dummies. They just had a great flow. Go ahead, Joe.
Jiba says 80s New York rap was all about pasturing, getting a girl, roasting your body over his sneakers and all that.
He roast your booty, body over sneakers. Yeah, it was about your sneakers, about shaking your ass, having a good time. But it was, like I said, it was a mixture. We weren't calling our women obese and hoes.
And then Jibba says, I had to eat soap fast. The last time his parents had him say the N-word. And
exactly. It means he got smacked in the mouth, Joe. That's not what he said. They knocked his teeth out of his head. Here you talking, there you go. Exactly. That was never the norm. Anybody said, but now remember, now you got the young parents, they're saying it and their kids are saying it. It's now become normalized. Because that was never allowed. Go ahead, Joe.
Ricky says, I haven't spent one penny on hip hop since 1995.
Me too.
Then also adding that we'll all be.
You don't want to tell us, Ricky. We didn't even know. Shout out to your brother-in-law. Said all those guys were gay. I didn't know them people gay looking at that shit.
John Musker says, being the most influential black people on the most powerful country in the world, small hearts wanted to use black American influence to influence black people globally to worship in whiteness indirectly.
Great analogy. Now, everybody's not stupid. Great analogy, Jim Mosquito, and that's exactly it. That's exactly right. No jealousy put there. Just put out plain and clear what it was about. Go ahead, Joe.
Jiba says the N-word is a term for the endearment. Remember Snoop with that?
Endearment. Yeah, endearment. It's endearment. Love, Joe. Endearment.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then John says it backfired because you used that influence and power to wake ourselves up and other black people around the world.
But we've tried. We tried. I don't know if it's failed. I think it's actually been a success, General Mosquito. We're trying now. We're not trying to play catch up because we don't have a big microphone like the cats with the hats do. So we're playing catch up because it's been devastating. This thing has been devastating on us.
Then Jabba says I had to return my Eddie Murphy tape to Sam Goody.
Sam Goody, remember Sam Goody's? Sam Goody's, man. Sam Goody's, Joe, is a place, a store, across the country where you buy your big record things you're talking about. So one of the main, goddamn Sam Goody. God, when they go out of business.
And then John Musker says it took me a while to understand the artists were hiding encoded messages in hip hop.
Yeah, that's true, That's true.
And adding that terms like the word bitches, I was told meant government at the time. Wow. And then Jibba says Arrested Development was really good, positive rap.
They were. That's why they remember. That's when everything was changing. That's why they didn't last long. Remember, they were at the end of positive rap, and then the beginning of the debauchery stuff starting in LA. That's why they got their ass out of there quick. Remember, they only lasted like 2 years. They were gone. Like, get their ass out of here. Jays got rid of their ass with the quickness. They were teaching about the history. They were teaching about slavery. Take me to another place. They had the music. So their music was almost spiritual. It's almost like gospel in nature. Oh, get that shit out of here.
Ricky says his kids and grandkids are imperfect in their life 24/7, just like mom and dad. No fake nails, hair, 50 LB's makeup with the same high school sweetheart. Okay. And says that the kids and the grandkids are not into any religion, don't celebrate any holiday or birthday. They all have IELTS permit in Florida. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about next. I'm gonna talk about tonight too. We're gonna talk about that lady killing that man in Florida. Stand your ground. I'm gonna have Joby play it real quick before we get out of here.
John Muster says the playing around with the frequency are the rituals they do with the music.
Exactly.
And then says, and you can hear and feel the difference too when you listen to the radio. Aaron says 54% of the black men don't have children, including him.
That's what I said. That's what I said, Aaron. 54% because the women now want and one of my daughters, they want the hood nigga. They want the hood Negro. They don't want the average man. That's why you're not getting any coochie. They want the hood. Oh, you get away from me, you lame ass nigga. You come talk, hey, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you. Oh, you get your lame ass away from me. Go ahead.
Yeah, but those are literally all majority of them.
Do me one favor, Joe. We got 1 minute. Do me a favor.
Okay.
Go to TikTok and show this real quick. Say, Florida woman kills man. Florida woman kills man in parking lot. The black woman shot his. Always keep it still. And I'm going to talk about this tonight. Remember how the news is already shaping it. Oh, look at this black woman killed this man. They're making her the villain, right? The white man's the good guy. Here we go.
A witness captured the shooting on a cell phone. And videos from cameras on a nearby Tesla show the crime as it happened. A man and a woman are arguing. The man is seen walking.
She said, "Stop it! Leave me alone." She shot and
The
killed her.
woman follows her around a vehicle. A few moments later, investigators say she shot him. A relative sent us this picture of Bart de Guglielmo.
White man,
He died
right?
from his injuries.
You're
It
right.
happened yesterday in the middle of the day in the
That was Wednesday. So
Walmart.
There's the Walmart parking lot. That was Wednesday, and it might have been yesterday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? It might have been yesterday or Wednesday. But you know, the news over. Oh, why he didn't know, why was he dead? And but they now framing it as he shouldn't be dead, and he locked this black bitch up for murder. You know, that's what they're doing already. Oh, so live in East Atlanta. Okay, Aaron. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about the night, guys. We're gonna talk about the shooting and everything else. All right. Out in East Atlanta, okay. That's what's up. So you know, so that means you're a little bit north of the airport, right? North of, because High Point, all that shit's in the south. That was the southeastern part of the city.
Yeah, but much love, family. Have a beautiful day. See you guys on Monday, same time, same place. Be safe out there, whatever you're doing.
Exactly right, Jibba Jabby. Fucked around, found out. Guys, have a good weekend. I'll see you guys later tonight. You know, that's right. Black women, keep your steel. You never know when you're gonna need it. You're gonna have to do some FAFO. So you guys donate if you can. I'll say it tonight.
Much love, family. Peace, and we're out.